Welcome back to the Tame Mayhem podcast. I'm Mauro Romero.
I'm George Richard.
So, George, before anything, I want to tell you about the story that I found. I don't know how old it is, but this goes back quite a bit. There was a fraternity in the middle of, like, buttfuck nowhere in some small college, but their entire fraternity got in trouble because some kid almost died because of butt chugging.
Dude, no way. How much do you got to butt chug to almost die from that?
I don't know, but that kid was putting them back. Like, apparently...
I guess it is more potent if you put it up your butt.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
That's why
I guess that's why a lot of other people do it with other things as well.
Yeah, like, I remember back in the day, there was a tequila eye challenge. Like, they would they would take a shot through their eye of just pure tequila. Then they'd squeeze lemon juice, and then they'd try to put salt on it. I'm like, first of all...
No.
That doesn't work.
Thank you.
The reasoning was like it goes straight to the brain. Like it has to go through the blood first to make you drunk in the first place. Otherwise, you're just fucking burning your eyeball out.
Ever heard of the blood-brain barrier?
Right, you fucking morons. But basically, what happened was this entire fraternity got. You know how they have like the student council or whatever the fuck, the council that.
Right, just
governs
like
everybody.
They're executive people, I guess.
Yeah, they're executive people. So they had to get the president of the fraternity, which happens to be this fucking poor old man. He's like 60. I want to say he's like
that poor if he's president of this fraternity.
Right. But he's like, I want to say 75. Let's just say 75.
Whoa,
he's
my
old.
God.
He's an old guy.
Jesus.
He's an old guy.
What are you doing trying to connect with people who are like 18 to 21?
I know, just pass the title on. Exactly. Because he had to go.
This is why they're still butt chugging, dude. I know that guy, 75. He can throw it back.
No,
with
yeah.
those fucking Budweisers. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like
he will get the job done.
Back in the day, they only had one type of alcohol, which was like probably moonshine, because he's fucking old.
Yeah. I know he could
moonshine
toss those one after one.
But yeah, but
that's why they're still doing it, right? Dude, if they had a younger president, it probably wouldn't happen.
Right.
Because they probably went through it and they hated it.
Exactly.
This dude's probably an alcoholic. So
Absolutely.
Of course he
can handle it.
He butt chugs it normally.
Exactly. He doesn't know how to drink anything anymore. That's how he shoots his liquor. He just puts it up his butt.
He takes like a little Tylenol syringe. He just does it like one by one.
He measures it like a turkey baster. Those Thanksgiving syringes that they give you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just does one of those. But anyway, this poor old man had to go to court for these kids, and in front of a student council, he had to be like, "No one in this fraternity has ever engaged in butt chugging."
It's like you can't just say that when we have video evidence.
Exactly, because there was videos all over campus about it, and I was unfortunate enough to stumble across it in Twitter, and it really scared me.
No way, bro.
Yeah.
Instant
really
boner.
Oh, nasty. Hell no. Well, maybe a little.
Yeah, you're telling me you saw an asshole and didn't immediately get hard?
Hey.
Fucking liar.
Hey. A butthole's a butthole. You can't tell the difference up close.
Everyone looks the same cheeks up.
Yeah, the back of everybody's head looks the same, so. But no, yeah, that shit scared me whenever I stumbled across it. I don't know if I'm just easy to scare like that, though.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I scared you the other day.
Well, that doesn't count, though. You always fucking scare me. It's like I walk into your house, there's nobody home. You have all the lights off. I don't know if you believe in lamps or electricity, but you always have the lights off here. It's so dark.
That's not true.
It's very true.
That's not true.
That is so true. Every time I walk into this house, it's dark. I'm like...
The kitchen lights are usually on.
The kitchen lights is a fucking window, George. You have a big-ass window. That's your light source for the day. Just a fucking kitchen window. But no, and plus you're thin as fuck, so you hide behind curtains and you hide behind doorknobs and shit, and you just pop out and scare me.
I was doing it wrong, hiding behind doors at first. That's really not how you want to scare people.
I know, I would walk in, I'm like, all right, George, I'm ready to work, and you just like, boo! I'm like, bitch!
What you want to go for is behind couches. That's the easiest one to do, because honestly, you're not expecting something from below, right? Because if people are scaring you, they're probably like jumping out at you. So right. you get to see, like, your peripherals get that for you.
I have terrible eyes, George. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, no, I feel like I can tell.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously not anymore because I don't wear my glasses anymore, but and I have thin ass contacts now. But I had to be prescribed a certain type of contact for my terrible vision.
I never really wanted contacts because just the thought of touching my eyeball daily,
Daily
not a
scared you?
not a vibe. I
No,
gotta say, I'm not one for touching my face in general.
right. It's a scary. It's honestly pretty fucking scary the first couple times because I've slipped a couple times and I've like hit
Oh,
my eye.
see, because that would just ruin the whole thing for me. I would touch my I would mess up on my eye once, and I'd be like, "This is bullshit."
No, yeah,
Like, you could just put on glasses every day and be done with it.
right. But I was terrible with them. Like I would break them constantly. And,
Yeah,
like,
that was a big thing for me when I
yeah,
was 12 and 13. Dude, it wouldn't even be my fault. I think it was just the glasses were too big for my face, so they would just fall off.
right. Same. But like it got to the point that even now, like I'm 21 years old, and I still ask my sisters to help me put in my contacts sometimes.
No, dude, they put it on their finger and they put it in your eye.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
even worse. That Yeah, because I could probably hardly get it in myself. If I needed someone else's help, dude, I would rather just not see for the day than have someone else
it's like
put
yeah,
their
I'm going blind for the
finger
day. I don't want to try this bullshit.
on my eye.
Right.
That is horse shit. Even if I see them wash their hands, I'm like, I don't know where their
I don't
hands have
trust.
been.
Yeah, exactly. I still don't trust them. I mean, I trust my hands less than I trust my sister's hands. So call me sexist.
Do you at least pay your sisters when they do it for you?
No, they do. Don't even mention that. They're gonna expect compensation next time they do this. I don't want
Dude,
them
they
to know that.
should. Because I feel like to get me to touch someone else's eyeball, you would definitely have to pay me.
How much?
At least $10 for one
$10
eyeball.
For one eyeball?
Yes.
You're fucking highballing it, dude.
I know. That's because I'm not very willing to touch a person's face.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're not willing to touch your own face, I don't expect you to touch someone else's face. But still, that's
I think that's less of a
$10?
sanitary issue and more of a, what if I mess something up?
Oh, so
I'm liable.
oh yeah, so
Then
you're a
I caused
liability. It's like I don't have insurance for this.
I don't have eye contact insurance.
Right. I wish I did.
It'd probably run into a scam on that too, though.
Oh, dude. Fucking insurance companies have their hands in everything.
Big eye insurance.
Big eye insurance, big insurance in general, dude.
Big optometry.
Big optometry. Dude, we're fucking coming for you, insurance companies.
One by one, we're gonna get
One
you.
by one.
One by one.
We're gonna get assassinated for shit like that. That's what gets people assassinated.
Dude, it'd be so easy to assassinate you. All I have to do is like jump out of a wall to scare you.
No, yeah, I'd probably die of a heart attack before I die of like a bullet wound or something.
Oh
I'm
my
just
god,
easy to scare.
could you be liable for murder if you scared someone and they had a heart attack?
And they had a heart attack. I feel like that's just manslaughter.
But that's why should you go to jail if you wanted to play a prank on someone? I mean, because scaring usually doesn't kill people, so it kind of seems weird that you would go to jail for it.
Right. But I feel all right. Here's the way I thought about it. So if you jump out at someone to scare them purposely and to purposely give them a heart attack, that's premeditated murder.
Right, but how would you even prove that?
Fuck if I know. I mean,
You would
you could
have to,
probably
I
get
guess,
away-
just hate the person.
That
I mean, you'd have to have
you
a
might have
history
it,
of just
yeah.
bad blood, I guess.
Right. Or
But
you would
even
have,
then, that's figurative at best.
right. But even then, like sometimes there's solid evidence. Sometimes like I'm gonna scare this person, blah blah blah, or like they'll draw a picture of like jumping out, scaring the person, and they fucking like
I
that.
don't know a single person that goes that in depth into scaring people, and I love scaring people
I know
for
you
that matter.
Fuck.
And I don't even plan it out that much. I don't write in a journal about this shit. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is like, if I scared my professor one day because I got to class early before him,
And
he dies, I feel like I shouldn't be responsible. I mean, I'd carry that for the rest of my life. But like,
See, the fact that
why
you feel
why should I be in legal trouble for that, dude? Be
just-
younger.
you just
That's not my fault.
yeah,
That's
stop
not my
aging.
fault.
Stop fucking aging, dude. Stop being so fucking old.
Don't be a scaredy cat, man. You
Exactly.
think you're that old, you've seen everything.
yeah,
And nothing scares you.
Right.
But no, they're gonna get scared by a 20-year-old Mexican jumping out
That's pretty
No
fucking
way,
scary.
dude.
In the right context, that's the most terrifying
in a
thing that could happen.
classroom. Yeah, that's scary.
But no, so you just proved my point. The fact that you said I will carry that with me the rest of my life, that implies guilt, right? So that means you're guilty of manslaughter.
That's
Manslaughter.
that's more of a no. It's not. I mean, yeah, technically it's manslaughter, but no, I don't think I should face any legal repercussions for it.
But you decided to like, I'm going to jump out and scare this person.
Yeah, because sometimes
That's a
have you ever-
premeditated attack. I'm like, if you
But
have
if you don't have the intent to kill, is it still a premeditated murder?
No, it's not murder. It's manslaughter. It's premeditated manslaughter. Is that a thing?
That would be murder because manslaughter is accident, right? I think so.
Well, yeah,
manslaughter
there
you
go.
didn't mean to.
You just answered my question. You accidentally killed him. That's manslaughter. Yeah, bitch.
What I'm saying is, don't be so scared. How
Learn
was
how to
I
handle
supposed to
it.
know that? Yeah, how was I supposed to know you can't handle it? Why is that my fault that you can't handle a good old scaring? Seriously,
You think that defense would hold up in court?
no. I don't.
Okay, well, at least
But I'm
you know.
wondering if it would even make it to court. That's my main question. That's my main question.
I mean,
Would it
go-
make it to court?
if you don't call the police, it's not going to make it to court. You can just
Well,
get away
of
with
course you have to call the police. They're dying. Why would you not call the police?
well,
if you're
if they-
scared to one of
if
them
you
dying,
jump-
you're calling the police.
Or if
Otherwise,
they're
that is
dying,
murder.
If they're dying, but if you jump out, scare them, they're dead. They just die right then and there.
I don't know.
Would you call the
Dying
police?
usually takes a few minutes. I feel maybe. I feel like it's a process.
Okay, so yeah, those what do you do within those little
You
that
call
process?
paramedics, and then you do whatever you think you could do. I mean, I kind of remember my CPR training, but I don't think that would help.
No, yeah, it was they. What was the? I remember,
You'd probably break the ribs or
No, yeah,
something.
they
They're
said-
so
they-
old.
they
Yeah,
said-
you're going to break a few ribs regardless, but you would totally demolish
no,
your
absolutely.
professor
You
if
fucking
you tried to
you'd
do
make it worse.
CPR.
You would make things worse,
Right?
absolutely. Because they were like, if you break a few ribs, that's okay. That's better than dying. I'm like, the fuck
no,
it is.
no, for this guy,
What if he
it's
dies
better
because
we
I
get
broke
the
his rib?
electricity out.
Right.
There's no way. There's
But-
no way I'm gonna smash his ribs into his lungs.
Exactly, because they're gonna pulverize his ribs. Then what? Then the reason that he died was because he didn't have any fucking ribs.
And then
in
I
him.
really killed him.
Yeah, exactly. Then you actually have blood on your hands. Fucking that CPR training. That was useless. Why did they teach us that?
It would have been better if I actually got to break a few ribs doing it, because then I know what it'd feel like, right? I don't. Do I stop when I hear a crack? Is that what it is? I mean, I've never had to do CPR, thank
neither.
God.
No.
But if I do have to do it, I'm like, okay, how much do I gotta fuck up this guy?
How bad do I have to fuck him up?
Especially if you find out that the person who did it unnecessarily broke your ribs, right?
Right.
They were just going too hard. For
Yeah,
no
exactly.
reason.
They were just like in the moment panicking. They were just pushing too
You
hard.
got like the recent MMA star doing CPR on you.
Right. You got like the B student of the bunch, or the C student that just barely passed because he was trying to make out with the mannequin the entire time.
Sir, this is not a mouth-to-mouth procedure.
Dude, I'm not good at mouth to mouth. I'm
You're
good at
not-
mouth
you're not
to
good at
dick.
anything.
Oh, you got me. You're more dick to butt, aren't you, George?
Dick to butt. I'm more butt to butt.
Butt to butt.
Yeah.
In other words, you're a virgin. Cool. We got that out of the way. At least we established ourselves.
I think CPR training would be a little more effective if they had a volunteer willing to break a couple of their ribs to show people what it's like.
Yeah, it's just willing to break their own ribs, just so you know what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to learn somehow, and I'm definitely not learning on this rubber mannequin.
Do you
I'm
think
going to hear like the squeak toy in the center.
My thing is, do you think you're strong enough to break a rib? Like, I don't know if I'm actually strong enough to do that. You know, because bones are fucking tough. I don't know if I can apply the right.
Well, I guess it depends on how much milk they drink.
How much calcium is in their diet?
Yeah, and their age, right? Because we just
Yeah.
established.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because we just established like you will pulverize your professor's ribs trying to save.
But I
his
think
life.
I'd have a hard time breaking your ribs.
My ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
You don't
Anyone
wanna
my
fuck with
age,
You don't want to fuck with these boys.
anyone close to my age, I don't think I could break their ribs. And I feel like if I did, I would go too hard and accidentally kill them.
Actually,
That's
yeah.
my biggest fear, is like me doing something and then killing them in the process.
It's like that's why I don't get involved. It's like, oh no, what if I'm liable? No, I don't want to get sued for that.
Yeah, just walk away. Plausible deniability.
That's true. It's like whenever you see those videos on YouTube, like why didn't anybody help? Exactly why. I don't want
Oh
to be
man,
liable.
but that's also like that whole the standby syndrome.
Bystander effect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's effed up. That one makes me trust people even
Oh,
less.
absolutely. Because the fact that everybody's standing there and like, oh, somebody else will help them, and
Right?
you
Like if
just see
I'm
some
in
shit.
trouble and all you guys think someone else is helping, and all you guys are filming it, I'm gonna be pissed right after.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely. Like you got it on film at least, but the fact that you even
Yeah,
got put in
but
that
the fat
situation,
chance you're gonna get the person. No, you had so many people filming it, and no one stopped it.
right, right. Like I know, it's like hopefully, I pray to God this doesn't happen, but if we ever end up going out and you get into a fight, at least I know to jump in because I know your ass cannot fight.
Yeah, man. I mean, you lift, so
Like I won't sit there and just let you get your ass beat. I'll probably wait a couple punches to see if you can actually like. I want to see what he got. Oh shit, he's losing. Then I'll jump in.
I don't think I could carry my own in a fight. I'll be honest.
Right.
I don't. Who? I mean, I don't train for that. I'm gonna like
No,
who
yeah.
does?
Who does?
But yeah, no, I don't. I don't think I have it in me to actually know what to do. I used to think that I would just go for the legs. You know what I mean? Just try to make them fall.
Bold strategy.
Yeah. Just
You
immediately go for the feet and legs. See what you can do.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
fuck up on that, they'll kick you right in the face. And at that point, you deserve getting kicked in the face.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think the strategy is to at least get your hands on the legs, right?
On the
Because
legs,
then
right.
maybe they'll have a harder time.
Right.
And then you just go armadillo.
Just like
And all they're
grab
doing
their
is punching your back. You're gonna look like a bitch, but you're gonna not have a
survive.
bloody nose.
Yeah, you're gonna survive the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Unless they're like 2 times your size and they'll just like pick you up.
But at that point, they look like a bitch for fighting someone twice as small as them.
Yeah,
so
true.
It's all about perception.
But I don't think that would actually work. I don't think I could realistically make it to someone's legs, right? Because it's not like I'm 2 feet from them. Come on,
Right.
they're usually standing across the room like, hey, what the fuck?
Really? Because usually whenever an altercation like that happens, they're usually like pretty face to face.
Oh, I've never really been in one, as you can tell. So,
Right? You were always the bystander. I will say I've been in a fight before. I've been in a few fights.
that's pretty metal. No,
It's pretty metal. It's
getting
very
into
punk
fights,
rock of
it
you.
feels very immature in a way because it's like,
Well, I was younger.
don't fight.
No, I was younger, so
right,
obviously
right.
in my brain I was like testosterone because it was
Mhm.
during puberty and shit. You do weird shit when you're in puberty, but hell, even now, I mean, I'll probably fight with the homies, but nothing like serious, you know.
Yeah, you'll be texting them paragraphs, huh?
It's like, dude, I don't like the way you. But no, yeah. So altercations tend to happen pretty face to face. They'll try to swing at you. All right. Yeah, they'll try to swing at you.
But they won't try to kick you.
They
So I
won't try
can
to
go
kick
for
you.
the legs.
Yeah, you can go. It's a viable strategy. I will say that because most of the time they're gonna try to either slap you, punch you, or like, if you're close enough, headbutt you.
Right. So like my strategy has been about like just trying to be a little bit quicker. So if I can just duck and jump for the legs, got a good shot at tripping them.
No, yeah,
assuming they
absolutely.
don't kick me midair. See, that's my biggest fear.
just gotta be faster
if
than
you
them.
fuck up once, you're done for. Right?
Yeah.
I get kicked in the face. There's no way I'm recovering, and then I'm already on the ground.
No, yeah,
It's a kick fest.
You get kicked in the face, you lose the fight automatically.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. It's a definitely glass cannon type move.
Right. It's glass cannon. No, yeah. High risk, high reward. Roll the dice, dude. Are you feeling lucky, George?
Yeah, like I said, I guess that would have to do. If they're super tall, I feel like it would work better.
Yeah, it'd be easier because they gotta like.
And to
gotta
be
reach
fair, I
forward.
feel like I'm kind of short, so yeah, maybe it would work out for me.
Exactly. Just get really buff. Just get yourself built super fucking like dense like a tree trunk. So that way they can't
Put
fuck
all
with
my
you.
center of gravity in my chest, and then
Exactly.
I'll definitely topple them.
Exactly. You just want your legs strong enough to push for that push off for that lunge at the legs. Once you
I gotta
grab it-
train like a cheetah for this.
You're gonna train like a frog. You got the powerful legs but the dense ass body. That's what you want to be. You want to
Oh, a
be the
lion,
frog.
a lion then.
A
right?
lion.
Yeah, it's
Well, I feel like
more
a lion
badass
is
than
well.
a frog.
I feel like
Shut
a lion
the fuck
is,
up.
Fuck you. I feel like a lion is more well rounded than because I feel like a frog is very specialized. You know, he has the legs and then the body.
You're saying I'm less talented than a lion?
Yeah, yeah, I am saying that, George. Do you want to fucking fight me about it, or are you gonna go for my legs?
Go over your fucking legs right now, asshole.
Dude, you
You're like,
probably reach him, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm so inflexible. I'm not inflexible at all. I'll be like, "Urgh." But That all right? So you said a lion. Who do you think would win? A lion or a gorilla? Like in a fist fight, or like a fight in
A
general?
fist fight, a gorilla. That's a
Okay,
dumb question.
just a fight. Oh
Next.
my bad, my bad. I worded that poorly.
It depends. It depends on whose turf it is. Because if you're in the jungle, the gorilla has that hands down. Because the lion won't have as much room to pounce. But if you're in the savannah, lion's totally getting that. It could run faster.
It could run faster.
Yeah,
but-
so it could like pounce effectively.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Right. So it can get a running start and then
Yes.
lunge at it. Okay.
So it would if whoever has home turf would win, basically.
Do you think it matters that the gorilla has hands like a human?
I don't because if something's pouncing at you,
The most you can do is like that.
yeah,
right?
because even if you punch it, most of their body's still gonna land on you. So you're kind of
Sure.
out that way.
All right. So
They'd still be on top of you.
So would you say it's more fair if you put someone that an animal that walks on 2 legs versus an animal that walks on 4 legs? Is that unfair? Do you
I
the
think that
animal
is
that has a
unfair,
4
but at
legs-
the same time, what other two-legged animal is a match for a gorilla?
Hmm.
I mean, I guess you could do a big like a gorilla versus elephant, but then the elephant would win.
Oh yeah, because it's fucking huge.
Right. So, like, what would be a good match for the gorilla? Like, a good fighting chance besides another
good-
gorilla? Maybe a bear.
A bear? You think a bear?
Yeah, a gorilla and bear. Because they're
Yeah.
both pretty fast. They both have a lot of, like,
Shockingly
strength.
fast. Absolutely. The jaws of a bear, dude.
And they're both super fucking aggressive.
No, yeah. Any fucking like I was reading somewhere that a grizzly bear is like 10 times the grizzly bear and the polar bear are the most aggressive fucking animals in the world. And then the black bear is like kind of just a little bitch, just kind of runs away.
Sounds
And
like me.
yeah.
He probably goes for the legs.
Probably goes for the legs. But I was reading a story that a grizzly bear got a hold of some cocaine that got left out in the woods somewhere.
I already am doubting this story, but I'm interested. I'll say that.
Okay, so you want to hear it?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So this bear stumbled across like a drop off, like a dead drop off. That's where they drop off the drugs.
This bear was dealing drugs.
This bear just was in the wrong place, wrong time. So he finds this stash of cocaine. He takes it, he eats it, or whatever bears do with it. He probably snorted it. Fuck, I don't know.
Why not?
I know, right now it's free drugs. But and he basically took all fucking 10 pounds of the coke. And for 5 minutes, that fucking bear was the most dangerous animal on the fucking planet.
So did he go on a rampage? Like, did he kill
Pretty
anyone?
much. I don't know. I don't think he killed anyone, but I'm pretty sure he fucking killed something in the most horrifying manner ever.
I feel like that much coke would even kill a bear.
No, oh yeah, it eventually did. Like that bear died eventually.
Oh, it did? Like,
it
did they find it dead?
Yeah, they found it dead. Just like the snout powdered in cocaine.
Interesting.
Yeah, but what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so do you think a bear high on cocaine will beat a gorilla high on cocaine?
That's a totally different argument then, because that's such a good question. I have no clue.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know who would win without cocaine.
without cocaine. All right, fine. We'll add stimulants later. I wanted to get back to the core argument. So right now, I am leaning more towards the bear because just of the fact that the bear has like fucking 3-inch claws on each hand, on
Right.
all 4 paws, just
True. All it
But-
has to do is swat. The gorilla actually has to land a punch.
exactly.
But who do you think has better mobility? Because a
I wanna
bear
say a
is pretty
gorilla.
chunky.
Yeah, I want to say
Right?
gorilla because gorilla has
So if the gorilla's faster, maybe it does have a chance.
yeah, the gorilla's dexterity is higher than the bear's, right? So
I
he's
would say
able
so,
to move
yeah,
around.
because he's more or less actually like, two-legged. The bear is mainly 4 legs.
right. A very rarely will it can only stand on its hind legs for like a maximum of like what 5
I
minutes.
think
or
it's the
something?
same thing as like the lion, where it needs to have more of a running start
to actually
before
get
it actually has a chance. So I think if it was close quarters, the gorilla would win again, because I think the gorilla would truly just be faster.
Mm.
Because they're both kind of occupying the same region, right? Because it's kind of like a forest or a jungle. So
A gorilla's a jungle.
and the gorilla actually has thumbs,
Bear's a
so it
forest.
could like weaponize whatever.
that is
The
true.
bear can't.
Oh yeah. What do you think of? Okay, now let's add stimulants to the equation. Do you think a gorilla
A
would still win?
bear. I
Bear?
do think a bear would win this one.
No, yeah, that fucking apex predator just being high on cocaine. That because he's probably like what berserk mode.
Because I think that one would be less liable to feel pain, right? Because I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot of fat in there.
That is true.
So
and he's able to double damage with the claws and shit.
exactly. So if the gorilla is still knocking the shit out of this bear, if it's on cocaine, it's probably not feeling a damn thing.
No,
Right?
yeah,
So it's probably still able to keep going. So
Yeah.
I think that's maybe where it has the leg up.
right. Like where a bear causes bleeding damage from the scratches and shit and stabbing.
Right.
The gorilla is probably more blunt force, right? 'Cause
But then
he's
it goes back to
punching.
the whole weaponizing stuff, right? What if the gorilla finds like this big ass, like, part of a tree,
Right. Do you think
and
a
it's able
gorilla's
to
smart
then it's
enough?
able to have a lot of distance on the bear.
That is true. Do you think a gorilla would be able to do
I
that?
I think it would. I really
in
do.
the heat of the moment. Like obviously if I feel like if we gave them prep time, which sounds fucking
No,
stupid.
I think in the heat of the moment, I think once again it would kind of depend on the environment, but I'm thinking there's probably a lot of stuff that the gorilla could actually grab, and I
Right.
think it would be smart enough to grab it.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good argument.
There could be a rock somewhere too.
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
could
that
be just a
that's
rock, just
even
picks it up.
deadlier than the
Yeah.
freaking bark.
Yeah. Prehistoric brass knuckles just grabs rock,
Yeah.
just kicks the shit out of the
So I go back and forth on the high on cocaine one.
Yeah. It's very strange because I feel like I don't know because I don't know what cocaine does to you. I know it's like basically just ramps up your fucking stimuluses, but does it ramp up your like ability to like improv on the fly?
Probably not.
I don't
Right? I
know.
feel like it makes. Well, doesn't it make people make horrible decisions? I mean,
So instead of he probably
yeah, you never see people on coke making smart decisions.
I guess you're right. Yeah. I mean, look at anything in Hollywood.
Now, what if you had these animals drunk as shit?
In a drunk fight, gorilla. Drunk fights, gorilla.
Yeah, because I think
It's like my dad.
I think if you're a drunk gorilla, you're even more angry than you would be on cocaine.
Yeah, absolutely. He's already in a pissed off mood because, I mean, like Tarzan and shit.
Right.
Tarzan took my bitch. He's just mad.
Gorilla's willing to fight anything at this point.
Exactly. He's just
If
looking
you have a
something
gorilla
fucked
with
up.
baggage, he's winning any fight.
Oh, absolutely.
Gorilla with no baggage is up for debate.
Is up for debate. Yeah. Like a gorilla that has nothing to lose.
Yeah, and a gorilla with nothing to lose
I don't wanna
was
beat that
going to
gorilla.
probably win against a lion and a bear.
And a bear.
Sober.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Even if those lions and bears were on coke.
Oh,
Or drunk.
shit. I mean, yeah, I feel like it goes back to that.
Now we're
like not being able to feel
Fucking
damage.
psychology of gorillas, now.
Right? Because I feel like whenever a gorilla's drunk or anybody's drunk, you feel less pain, right? So I feel like
I feel like
he's
it's the
gonna-
same thing with
it's
any
the same,
drug,
yeah,
right?
it's the same thing. So he's gonna like not feel feelings and just beat the shit out of whatever is in front of him, and he's already drunk because he's angry. He's angry because he's drunk. So there you go.
All right, so
We're fucking scientists.
so
now.
King Kong or the Thundercats.
King Kong or the Thundercats? Thundercats. Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. 100%.
How many were there?
I don't even know. I don't know. Lionel.
More than 6. It's the
More than
it's the
6.
Thundercats.
Yeah, definitely. I know
Less
Lionel.
than 6. King Kong has this in the bag.
I feel like I was actually thinking about this because there are a couple video games and shit like Shadow of the Colossus. Like your enemies are fucking huge, but you're so small compared to them that you can basically like run up their leg and stab them in vital places.
Not realistic.
Not real. Well, no shit, George.
Well, I'm just saying. You think a big creature wouldn't know to just kick? It's one kick and you're out.
Well, I mean, do you notice bug bites?
Oh,
Yeah.
the silent killers.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't
Oh,
think
you have
about
a great
that.
point. If it's that proportion, yes. I guess I
I
was
guess, yeah.
thinking maybe like I'm as big as its leg, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Right? Maybe they're just too slow. I'm like, no, be faster.
Okay, yeah.
You're
makes
that
sense.
big and you're not going to be fast? Jesus.
Yeah. They deserve to
We're the
die.
perfect size for a reason.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We evolved to this. We
Yeah.
evolved to 5'8" and 5'10", respectively.
You wish. You wish.
Yeah, you're right. I'm 6 feet with my heels on. So, fuck.
Weren't I thought
At 6 feet with my
No,
heelys on.
my you know that those meter sticks I have. Pretty sure it said you were like 4 feet with the heels.
From the waist up. Suck it.
Wouldn't you be pissed off to find out that you died of malaria from a bitch ass mosquito though?
The bite that you didn't even notice you had?
Yeah.
I'd fucking be pissed too.
I would be angry.
Like, you get to heaven, or in my case, hell. Like, he'd be like, dude, you fucking died of malaria? Get the fuck out of here. You got one fucking mosquito bite.
One
In
fucking
spring,
mosquito.
you fucking idiot. Like, get in the cauldron.
That's
bitch.
why fucking these dumbass fucking animals don't know better.
I love animals.
Yeah, I mean animals are great, but
they are
they
stupid.
can't make good decisions at all. And it's just fascinating to watch them make the same horrible decision. Like animals eating their own shit? No.
No.
Why?
Why?
You either forgot that you left that shit in the backyard earlier, or you thought it was a good idea to eat whatever came out of you.
Jesus. Yeah.
I don't know which one's worse.
Exactly. I don't care. You guys can
But both are incredibly stupid.
No, yeah. You guys can comment all you want how smart your dog is, but personally, my dog is
left outside long enough, it's eating its own shit.
Exactly. No, not even that I leave it outside. It's just the fact that, like, if I don't feed it at the precise time it wants, it'll just like, all right, might as well go eat my own shit. I'm like, why? I love my dogs
have this
to death,
need
but
to
God damn
eat,
it.
and it drives me nuts because it's like, how did you learn that? Why is that the only thing you want? Right?
Just
food.
to eat.
Anytime there's food, they go nuts.
That's true.
That's also fucking dumb. You willing to risk it all?
The need to want food.
You willing
is
to risk it
fucking
all
stupid.
for one fry?
I'm about to risk it all for that one fry, bro. That fry looking good as fuck. I mean, wouldn't you?
I guess it depends where the fry's from.
I guess, yeah, dude. Didn't think about that, but still, no. I wholeheartedly, like, I love my dogs to death. Don't get me wrong, they're amazing. I love all animals, but I see where you're coming from. They lack the ability to fucking rationalize.
What bothers me a lot too is that they're around humans for a majority of their life, and they still don't know how to make good decisions. Come on, you see me make awesome decisions every day. And by awesome, I mean I'm not eating my own shit.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah,
don't eat your own poo-poo.
It's great. It's an honestly awesome life when I don't have to eat my own shit.
Exactly, because number one, you don't get fucking sick. You don't throw up. You get to have delicious food that you actually like to eat. That makes me wonder, like, do dogs just eat their own shit because they like the taste, or what causes that?
This is so disgusting.
I know. I don't want to talk about this.
Neither do I.
This is nasty. I never. No. Ew.
Birds are also dumb. Shitting on cars?
Dude, birds aren't real. But yeah, they're stupid.
Fuck you shitting on my car for? There was an empty parking spot right next to me.
Right? Like, I wonder if they do it on purpose.
They probably don't, but...
Just an accident?
Yeah, but at the same time, like, fucking look. Huh?
Look before you poop.
Fucking look.
Can you imagine if humans were like that?
If we just shat wherever?
Just shat wherever. For a while, we are.
This is fucking disgusting. We're back on it again.
I know, but fuck, we're talking about scat play here, boy. But no, fuck birds.
What do you think is dumber? Birds or dogs?
Well, okay. I go back and forth, and I'll tell you why. Dogs can somewhat understand language. Like, whenever I tell my dog that let's go outside, he'll run to the door because he knows where outside is. And he'll understand that in both English and Spanish. Whereas a bird can also repeat. Some birds can learn how to talk.
Right.
But I don't know if that means they understand the language. I don't know if they're just repeating sounds that they already hear. So that's why I am leaning towards more towards dogs, because I feel like they actually understand what words mean, you know?
Well, the thing with birds is that they tend to have like a really great memory, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they hold grudges, and yeah, I mean not all, but I feel like there's a lot of stories where birds are pretty moody, and they'll definitely remember like who feeds them and if you're mean to them, and they'll like play tricks on you. You know, sometimes
They'll do that?
I've never owned a bird.
I don't
I've just
either.
read this shit online, but I've read enough of it to where I'm like, there has to be a trend, and it's that birds, if you don't play nice, they will be shitheads to you, which is again fucking dumb. I feed you, and you're gonna act up. Know your place.
But I mean,
I know my place.
yeah,
and it's that I feed you.
yeah. So basically, they're you're their servant. You're subservient to them because you feed them.
It's a great point.
You're just the person that comes over, feeds them. That's it. You're their slave.
You know the only way out of it?
What?
Animal abuse.
Oh God. Yeah, because then they'll know their place.
But you can't do that.
No, absolutely not. Fuck that.
Dan, you make a good point.
But no, but still, that brings me back. Do you so you think, because dogs kind of do that too, they kind of know who to fuck with, who not to fuck with, right?
Yeah, they do it, but they are more able to play nice, I feel. Like they have such a need for affection is what it is, that
Right.
at the end of the day, you know, they know who not to fuck with, but you're probably still going to find them begging for some sort of food or attention or something like that, right? At least in most of my experiences. I mean, I'm sure there are dogs who hold grudges and, you know, fuck with you, but
Yeah, my dog definitely
but I
does.
feel like most dogs are dumb enough to where they just want food and attention, which I can't blame them for that.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's what we
But
all
they go
want.
about it
That's
awful
what I
fucking
want.
ways, right?
Yeah.
They go about it some really dumb ways,
Exactly.
is what I'm saying.
Like, I'll use corny pickup lines when I want attention, but
You'll even pay for dinner.
but no, yeah, I understand. I completely understand. But that's a good. All right. What about this one? Who do you think is dumber, a fish or an insect?
A domestic fish is dumber than an insect, but a wild fish is smarter than an insect.
Reason.
Because the domestic fish hasn't really seen the world. If you just have them in a bowl or an aquarium.
Right. But I mean, I've seen people teach their fish tricks.
But they don't know
why they're doing it.
They don't know why they're doing anything. They only have this, 4 square feet of space or whatever it is. And out there, I mean, they get to, for the most part, interact with many kinds of their own species. And there's just a lot. I mean, they're in the wild.
Oh, I guess, yeah. So they know how to survive.
Yeah, they have a lot more survival instincts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, survival. But I mean, a bug kind of has that too. And they're domesticated bugs, I guess you could say, but they're also bugs out there that survive every day too.
I think wild bugs are more subject to, think about it like this. You have bugs going into buildings all the time. What happens when you see a bug in a building? You either evict it or you kill it.
Yeah.
So, and yet they keep coming back. That's pretty fucking dumb, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
However, fish tend to scramble, right? Unless you have bait or whatever.
Yeah.
You're boring ass fisher guy.
Which we're not. Which we've reiterated multiple times.
But fish know when to leave because they have that survival instinct.
That's true. Yeah. And
But if you had a domesticated fish,
kind of has that sometimes, but not most of the time.
Well, maybe it's just fish are scaredy cats.
Maybe.
Yeah, because even in a tank, you just have to tap on the glass and they'll go nuts.
Yeah, and they'll go scrambling. That's good. That's a good point.
Maybe all of them are equally as dumb, is what we've established.
No, yeah, they all have their pros and cons, definitely. Like, I'll definitely choose a dog over a fish.
Well, yeah, that's a no-brainer.
But yeah, I mean, some people might think the other way.
Right. I mean, fish are great, low maintenance.
Yeah, just throw a couple flakes in there. Yeah, I've never had a fish. I've actually had.
I mean, you got to clean
fishes.
their tank, and I guess
you have to actually. All right, I will say I've had a few fish back when I was younger, and it actually is.
So your mom had a fish.
I had a fish. It was in my room. Fuck with me.
Did you drink the water late at night when you got thirsty?
Fuck no, I wasn't an animal. Because I had that rational. I wasn't an animal. I knew, I was like, that water is dirty because that has a fish. So I would drink it from the bathroom.
Oh man, that's another thing with fish. It's like you're letting that fish live in its own filth because you're not going to clean it every day for the most part. You're cleaning it in intervals. So.
Yeah, it was about once a week, honestly.
right? And that I feel like that's still pretty good, but oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, living
When you
in
think
a,
about it,
yeah,
maybe
but
that's why fish like domesticated are dumber
right, because
because
they
they
just
just
expect you to clean after them.
right.
Right.
They're just pampered. You're pampering your fish.
Don't pamper your fucking fish.
If you're a real fish owner, dig a pond in your backyard.
Exactly. Or give it another fish so it knows how to talk to fishes. And so it knows how to be a fish, you know?
Preach.
Preach. Truth. Exactly.
But then there are some fish that you can't even put in the same tank together because they're too
Yeah, yeah.
aggressive.
Because they'll try
I
to
think
kill
those
each
are the
other.
dumbest ones as
Oh, yeah.
well.
Because they're like, they don't understand that, like, this is going to be my only friend for the
Right?
next fucking
Your only
however I'm alive.
your only other companion and your first instinct is to kill it. Wow.
Wow. It's whack. It's pretty whack of you. Fuck you doing evolution.
No loyalty.
No loyalty. No
I don't know.
species loyalty.
Like, imagine you're the last person on Earth. You see another person, and your first instinct is to
fucking
kill
murder
them? Psychopath.
Psychopath.
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Fucking get out of here, dude.
You're probably losing that fight too.
And you deserve to lose that
Yeah.
fight. Fucking fish. Why do they try to kill each other? That's kind of like the whole. It's kind of like that reminds me of kind of like the whole squirrel or
Don't
small
dogs
mammal.
try to do that too?
Yeah,
They'll
like
really.
if really young dogs, if you touch them, you get your scent on them, and the mom will try to kill them or eat them or whatever the fuck.
Or just like aggressive dogs living together. Like they
Yeah.
have to have like their own space. You ever go to a house and like they have like a few dogs and they're like, "Oh no, don't open the gate because then he'll get out and they'll
Try to
be
kill
together."
everybody.
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm white. These dogs shouldn't
unleash
be
the
here together.
beast, bro. Like, why do you have a monster in your house?
Not even that you're but like if you know how your dogs are, like why don't you acclimate? Why don't you socialize your dog? You know.
Right.
Because I have two pit bulls, and like everybody always tells me like, oh, you need to socialize them. I'm like, well, they're already socialized. Like they know how to interact with other dogs. Like they know how to interact with smaller dogs. They know how to interact with people, and they know how to interact with other dog breeds that are also considered aggressive. So they know how to be dogs, I guess. They know how to be friends. They know how to be friendly, I guess I should say. But like I go over to some people's houses, and they don't socialize their dogs early enough. As puppies, or they don't like introduce them to the world, and those dogs are.
And then you got that dog's,
Crazy.
talking English at that point.
It's pretty much my dog Dale. Dale's a fucking genius, dude.
Does he talk to you guys?
Yeah, I told you about I tweeted it actually. We were trying to give him a bath one day, and he would fucking talk back to us. We were like, "All right, Dale, let's go take a bath." And he was like, I'm like, "No, get in the tub." I'm like, "Dude, you're gonna get a bath." He was like, and then eventually,
Again, like he thinks his opinion matters.
exactly. So I was like,
Idiot.
I was like,
At
"Fuck
this
outta
point,
here."
I was like,
Every
every time we say there's going to be a bath and there's a bath and you protest it,
Fuck out of here, dude. So
insanity is doing the same thing every time and expecting a different result.
exactly. I just
Don't be Dale.
don't be Dale. I just picked him up, put him in the tub, and like he's the type of dog that once you put him in the tub, he's like, fine, whatever, I'm in here. But he did not fucking look at me. He literally turned his fucking head away to the corner. He
What
put
a
his
diva.
He's a fucking diva.
How old is he?
I don't even know. I want to say he's 3-4 years old.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
I bet he's been pampered since he was a puppy.
probably because he's really fucking smart for a dog. It pisses me off.
So he knows how to interact with humans. You got like a son is what you have.
Yeah, I have a fucking little brother, dude. Because I told you about the thing that he does. He just walks into everybody's room in the morning, make sure everybody's all right. Then he'll choose one of our beds to sleep in.
I think that's premeditated murder. That's what it is.
Yeah, he's learning our.
Dude, what if your
learning our
dog
schedule.
scares you and you have a stroke? Should you put the dog down?
Ooh.
Are you gonna put the dog down?
Ooh. Shit.
Huh?
Yeah, that's up to the my remaining family.
Imagine you, for some reason, have like a camera in your house and you see your dog just go into the room, like at the
Hide
same,
under
like,
your bed.
or maybe he just pops in, he just scares someone and they have a fucking heart attack.
You think that's ever happened?
Dude, it has to have.
Right? That's crazy to think about.
I feel like the family would be so pissed off at the dog that they probably wouldn't put it down, but they probably give it away.
Probably.
They would just be bad memories.
Like,
with
yeah,
that
this
dog.
dog's
Like, that
KD is 1-1.
motherfucker.
This dog has a higher KD than most people.
Yeah, this dog has more confirmed kills.
Exactly. It's like before
You
you
got
go
the
to a
armed
shelter,
forces trying to recruit this dog.
you go
The
to
canine unit.
the canine unit, like the police, like officers go and like, how many confirmed kills do you have? Like this dog has one confirmed kill.
We got a stealth dog.
A stealth barker. You've heard of the stealth bomber, now the stealth barker. That's a good joke.
Maybe that's what the canine units are composed of. Dogs that have killed
Confirmed
people.
kills.
Jesus.
Maybe. I mean, I read somewhere that army dogs get special implants to get steel teeth in there, so that their bite force can actually like rip.
That doesn't
flesh and
sound
shit.
very fun for the dog. It
No,
kind of
yeah.
sounds messed up, actually.
Sounds terrible, but they do
But dude,
that.
I would give anything to have a grill.
Gold tooth.
Much less like a whole row of teeth. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I am jealous of that dog.
Did you ever want girls when you were a kid?
No,
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 never.
because
Kind of did.
well, when we were growing up, it still is. I feel tacky, but
No, yeah, it is.
it's tacky.
Yeah.
They're grills. Don't.
I saw
Use your
Boosie
teeth.
with them, and I thought that shit was cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you got some people who can pull it off. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't.
definitely can't.
Yeah, I haven't even tried them. I don't have to try them to know that I can't.
I haven't even tried them. I just put like tinfoil on my teeth, and like I thought it looked cool for a minute. Then I was like, no, this sucks. I look stupid.
I've never thought about that. I should put tinfoil on my teeth.
Let's do a whole
Do it,
episode like that.
do a little experimenting.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you never know.
I'm letting my teeth marinate. That's why there's the foil on them.
Exactly. Just like, yeah, I'm slow cooking my teeth right now.
You got teeth on the Barbie.
Teeth on the Barbie. What else you got on there? Sound like Harry Styles, don't I? It just made a fan base.
I forget Harry Styles is British.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, when he
He's, like,
sings,
overly
it sounds normal, right?
I
When he
never
sings,
listened to a song of his, so you're asking the wrong dude.
So it's easy to forget that like they have accents,
Yeah,
and then it's so much easier to dislike them.
it's true.
No one's fault except his own.
Yeah.
Britain's.
Fucking British.
Again, no one's fault except Britain's.
But no, yeah, I've definitely do you watch The Walking Dead?
I watched it for a few seasons, and then I realized it was the same season over and over.
No, yeah, something like they get trapped somewhere, something goes wrong, blah blah blah, people die.
Great show while I watched it, but then I wanted to save myself from disappointment, so
No,
I
yeah.
stopped.
No, yeah, season 3 was the place to stop. But
I really think that's how far I got.
no, that me too. But Rick, he's Australian. He has an accent.
Dude, people who can like just turn off their accent.
I don't trust those kinds of people. Like Tom Holland, he can do the same thing.
Yeah, those are government agents. They're not. That's surveillance.
Right.
Dude, just to learn another accent. My British accent is so terrible. I attempt it nearly every day.
Can I hear it,
No.
please? I'll show you.
No.
Mine. No. No.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it. I can get like 2 words in before I'm just done.
I can't hear it. What?
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it. Put a shrimp on a Barbie.
That's Australian.
Is it fruit?
That's not British.
Is it fruit?
Is it fruit? It's fruit, isn't it?
It's fruit, isn't it?
It's over. What's all this then?
What's all this then?
What's going on? Bruv.
Bruv. Dude, I bet people
I
think...
can say bruv, yeah, in a British
Yeah,
accent.
bruv. Yeah,
Bruv.
there's no way to fuck that up, though. Bruv. Bruv.
It's like, why can't they say bruh?
Bruh.
I can say bruv.
Bruv.
They can't say bruh?
Bruh. Bruh.
You know how most news anchors just sound like people from Seattle?
People from Seattle? What?
They just don't have an accent.
Just the most blandest way of talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most like news anchors and stuff. Or game show hosts. You know, they have to go through this training where they pretty much get rid of their accent. Or I hope it's not a rumor that I just heard, but
You hope it's actually real.
I have heard about this like way in the past where they have to go through this like training to erase the accent, like speech training basically.
Really? Okay, well, I understand the speed train, but I didn't know they had to like get rid of their accent.
It's to make it more like clear to everyone and
Oh.
to make it like, for example, like if you have something against British people, it's so you don't hear a British accent and immediately tune out.
What the
You know,
fuck?
I think it's for reasons like that.
Damn. I knew they did that for movies because, like, they obviously hire some foreign actors for some roles, but I didn't know they actually did that for, like, game show hosts. Who the fuck?
And I
'Cause-
feel like maybe that's less of like a requirement and more just something they picked up along the way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe it's just like they lost their accent so they could, secure the position of a game show host.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, I want a class with the people who erase the accents and build new ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I have an accent,
Yeah,
But-
I'd say you don't.
but I might to other people.
Maybe. I don't know.
So that would
To me, you
it'd
sound
be
normal.
interesting to go through that class. At the same time, I feel like it's a giant waste of fucking money. Because
Tell me about it.
someone's instructing me how to talk different. That seems weird. That's a weird concept to
It's
me.
a weird concept and a kind of a useless job. Right? Would you say it's useless?
It borders on useless. Maybe depending on who you are. Imagine taking that class and not doing anything with it.
Like-
That's useless, right?
all right.
Imagine having to teach people that just don't end up doing anything
All right, like
with their skill.
on the scale
That's a
of
skill.
on the scale of toilet paper to what's fucking useless? On a scale of toilet paper to me, how useless is it?
So it's probably close to one-ply toilet paper, right? So right in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, I might as well wipe my ass with like a fucking leaf. The fuck's the point of one ply?
That's all you can find too.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you can find now. I'd rather use McDonald's napkins before I use one ply. I'd rather use fucking sandpaper to clean my butt. Fuck that. Fuck one ply. It's
No,
that
but,
charming gang. Charming gang. Fuck you know.
No, but it's somewhere in the middle as far as useless goes.
Right.
Because, maybe it does. Maybe it does have an impact, right?
Maybe it does help. Yeah.
Having a neutral voice. However, how did we ever employ people like the milkman? What
That was the
reason
thing.
was that?
It
What
was just
was
an
the reason?
excuse.
Were we so desperate to hang out with other people? Maybe that was just I don't know, man. Milkman?
I don't know.
Milkman?
Yeah, that never like because right now, whenever you want milk, you go to the store, you get milk.
Why was that not always the case?
Was not that? Oh yeah, was not always the case? Yeah.
Why did you have to reuse the same fucking bottles every day?
So,
Why
if
did the guy
anything-
have to come and collect them when you left them outside?
If anything, I'm surprised that the milkman isn't a profession right now. Because like with apps like Uber and shit, could you get like a DoorDash version, but just for milk?
Maybe grocery pickup was modeled after the milkman.
Dude, I just got a fucking $1 million business idea. It's called
Milkman?
No, Milkshake.
Milkshake.
It's called Milkshake. There's an app. You subscribe. It's like a what's it called? HelloFresh. You have the same bottles because why would you spend any more money on bottles? We take the bottles, we fill them with milk, and we give them back. It's just a rebranded milkman. Like, do you think if the milkmen rebranded, they would still be active right now?
No, I don't think. I think people think, dude. I don't think people trust people. You know.
But
Someone
when it comes
coming
to
up-
convenience,
dude,
though,
because if someone's walking up to my doorstep every day giving me a liquid that I love, at some point, if I get on their bad side, I'm destined to die. They have total
extreme.
control over that, don't they? They have total control over your milk. Easiest way to kick the bucket.
give me your milk. But still, people champion convenience over everything, though. So they're willing to take that risk just for the sake of convenience. The fact that they don't have to go to the store and buy milk, and it's
Yeah,
just
it
already
works
there.
in some cases, but what I'm saying is you run a huge risk. Having someone deliver just one liquid to you, he's not even going to bring you anything else.
But you run
besides-
a risk whenever you use DoorDash, whenever you use Uber. You're running a risk of either getting kidnapped or poisoned.
Right,
with
if
both
you
of
have to
those
rely
apps.
on other people, it's a risk. And I think everyone knows that.
Yeah, but I
Maybe
feel
that's
like,
why we got rid of milkmen.
Maybe, but I still have faith in this rebranded milkman idea.
I don't.
You don't, but I do. It's gonna get big. Just watch. I won't give you a cut of the profits. profits. Actually, I will, just to fucking rub it in your face, because I'm like that. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But I mean, like, well, that brings me to what other useless jobs are there that or obsolete jobs? Like, for me, the one that comes to mind is fucking. Other than milkmen, I guess it would be
Wedding planners.
wedding planners. Yeah,
What's so hard about throwing a wedding?
it says the two unmarried dudes.
Just have it.
Yeah, exactly. Just go to the courthouse, sign a paper. That's your fucking wedding. Jesus, it's just smoke and mirrors, really.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, what's the point? Shit. I mean, you're because honestly, you're not doing it for the couple. You're doing it for everybody else that's around the couple, like the family and shit. That's
right, because you know
a
the
couple that wants
biggest
to get
arguments
married
I've heard
goes and
for
gets
you know
married.
for the ceremony is that there's only few things that bring a lot of people together, and you know weddings are one of them. So you want to enjoy a celebration with everyone. So I mean I get that part, but you're paying someone to plan it, huh? Yeah,
Exactly.
you're choosing everything.
Yeah.
Are you not planning? You're
Yeah, we're
planning
not-
it vicariously
Yeah.
through someone.
We're not
Dude,
shitting
I
on
need to get
wedding.
in the wedding planning.
We're not.
Man.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just someone tells me what to do and I do it. Come on, that's how hard can that be? I'm sorry, but
I mean,
come on, you got to order the alcohol and you got to just like what order the font.
have you ever? But I mean, have you ever seen?
I've never planned a wedding. No.
No, you've never planned a wedding. But and have you ever seen an episode of Bridezilla until a TLC?
Oh, you bring up a good point.
Yeah, those women are fucking insane. Any little detail, if the invitation is the wrong shade of eggshell or whatever the fuck they choose, champagne. Ooh. If it's the wrong shade, they will fire you, throw a huge fucking fit, and probably call off the wedding. That's how crazy some
insane.
people are.
But I mean, if you get paid up front, it's no problem.
Oh, absolutely.
Be smart.
Yeah, be smart. Take the money up front. Don't do
Yeah.
anything for free.
Get half now, half when it's finished.
Exactly. Get a deposit on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because half the time, those bitches are crazy and they will not pay you.
Or when they get hung up about like
Pointless bullshit.
yeah, like the invitation you said, for example, like if it's the wrong color, or if it has the
Wrong font.
wrong font, dude. Like, why does it matter so much to you? Like the font, like, dude, as long as you get the words out there, like honestly, you want the most basic font, right?
yeah, you
because
want
I'm not
Comic
I'm
Sans
not
on
gonna
there.
try to read some fancy ass cursive
Exactly.
and have to get a magnifying glass and figure out what you're trying to invite me to.
Absolutely.
You better Calibri that shit, or I'm not gonna fucking read it. And
Exactly.
I highly doubt anyone else would either.
Exactly. If it's in cursive, it might as well be wingdings to me. I don't fucking read cursive ever. They said I was going to use it in
Dude,
business. I
you don't
use
read ever.
business.
You don't read ever.
Nobody does. Fuck you. Nobody fucking reads anymore. It's obsolete.
Yeah, I mean, no one reads. No one reads as much.
As much as they claim to read.
You know, that's a pretty bold claim.
I stand by it though. Like if you ask anybody right now, it's like, how many books did you read this month? Chances are they're gonna bring up books that they read in fucking middle school.
No way, dude.
Absolutely.
I feel like most people are honest about the amount of things that they read.
Bullshit.
And I don't read for jack shit.
I don't either.
I wish I read more. Well, maybe that's a lie. Yeah,
Wish
no,
I
people are lying when
Fuck
they
that.
say they wish they read more.
No, exactly.
That's the
It's a
real
fucking
lie.
I mean, the only times I enjoy reading is whenever it's something I care about and
Or
something
when
I'm
I get
interested in.
100 on the paper.
No, fuck that. I don't even care about that. It could be for an assignment worth 100 points, and I won't fucking read it. It's because, for example, today I was reading a paper on a guy named Rene Desocrates. He's a fucking psychopath. But like normally, I was reading on my own before I knew about this guy, and it was so interesting. I read the entire book in in the span of a few days. But as soon as my professor assigned me a paper on him, I couldn't get two fucks about anything what this man had to say.
You're
I was
like,
like,
oh, critical
I don't care.
thinking. I'm good, teach.
Well, I mean, it was critical thinking, but on my own terms, you know?
Right.
I think it's just a problem with authority that I have, but god damn it. I finished the paper. I did everything, but I did not give two shits while I was reading. It was the same book too. That's what got me. It's the same.
Every time
book.
I have to read stuff, like for class or just obligation, I'm like, just give me the nouns. Give me the nouns and we'll figure the rest of this shit out.
Right. We'll stitch it
Because
together.
sometimes, like, I can't be bothered. Can't be
Exactly.
bothered.
I can't. Yeah. Here's a good trick that me and George came up with because apparently we did the same thing without even noticing. Read the first sentence of the paragraph and the last sentence of the paragraph.
Dude, everyone knows that.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people don't.
Everyone knows that. I read that shit online. That's how I learned it.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like some people might not have known about that trick. But
Maybe.
Seriously, read the first paragraph, read the second paragraph.
No,
the
actually,
last
I
paragraph.
would recommend you read all of it
No,
because
fuck
you would
that.
learn a lot more.
No, there's a bunch of bullshit in the middle. Don't fucking believe it.
Don't read.
Don't read. Exactly. Don't read. You know how I passed my history final? Playing Assassin's Creed. I got a fucking 5 on the AP test by doing that. I'm like, oh my god, how did you study? Fucking just played Assassin's Creed, dude.
Could you imagine what people in the past would give to learn history through entertainment?
I know. Just like,
But then again, I mean, you're probably not getting accurate history either.
right. It's still, like, that's just one of the things we really take for granted, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things people take for granted.
Right. Like
Entertainment, being one of them. But
yeah, absolutely.
even stuff like washer and dryer,
Yeah.
right? Like that stuff is so convenient. I mean, they're pretty much everywhere, laundromats or, wherever you live.
Yeah, you either own one or you pay to use one. But the fact that it's an available service, I feel like we definitely do take for granted. We see it as a chore now.
Right.
Back then
right.
it was a fucking math problem. Back then you're like, I wore this shirt twice, but one of the times that I wore it, it was 2 hours and I was in the hot sun, and then I had barbecue sauce, so that means I need blah 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 blah. You put in the numbers into a fucking formula, and you're like, I scrub this shirt at least 150 times before I can wear it again, before it's clean.
And then you have to, factor in how much a scrub takes, yeah.
Right.
And then
How
you
much
have to
elbow
consider you're going to slow down, you're going to get tired.
Exactly. That's a fucking math problem.
And it's
right
exponential
there.
decay. It's just going down.
Exactly. Like you start off, that's why you should do the dirtiest clothes at the front and then work your way down.
Right? Start with the
Start
biggest
strong.
task first.
Exactly. Start strong. But still, like, that's just one thing. Because now we just throw it in the wash, put some detergent on it.
Put that shit on sanitize.
Exactly. And then just, it's going. Same with dryers. Because remember before dryers were a thing, remember you had to wait a fucking day just to wear that shirt again? Just so it could dry.
I don't remember that.
Well, obviously we don't, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. The clothesline bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Which, like, if you're hanging that shit outside, that's clean?
Is that clean?
Outside? Especially if it's windy.
Oh, especially if it's
You
raining.
think that wind's clean? Dude, if it's raining, obviously I think you're going to take it inside. But if you're leaving it outside, like in the sun, that's still, bro, it's like you're wearing that shirt outside.
Did you
Come
really
on,
clean
and it's
it
wet.
after?
Yeah, you're literally taking it right after you washed it and putting it back back into the thing you're washing it from. Why? Why'd you wash it?
And for some fucking reason, there was always a dust storm back in the day. So, God forbid, there was a dust storm that day. And then guess what? Now you have double the laundry to do because you have to clean the fucking clothes you were wearing plus the clothes you were hanging.
Dude, if you had a family of 8, you were probably all just like blowing on the clothes. Like,
It was a family of 8 just fucking just run through the river a couple times, you dirty bastards.
yeah, they wear the wet clothes and then they start like doing laps,
Yeah,
getting it to
exactly.
dry.
Like run through first. They had to do a triathlon. They had to swim 3 miles to get the dirt off their clothes, and then run 3 miles to get to dry off the clothes.
It's the original triathlon, cleaning your
Exactly.
clothes.
That's how the idea came about.
People are like, hey, why don't we just not run and wash the shit?
Exactly. Hey, fucking big brain, dude. Dude, I'm pretty sure we just solved that. The origin of triathlons.
What's the origin of bike riding?
The origin of bike riding.
Like the whole like Tour de France and stuff like that.
Oh.
What do you think the origin is for that?
I'm pretty sure. I want to say it was just 2 dudes saying, I can ride faster than you. And they were like, all right, let's race. Let's go from buttfuck France to the other part of France and just fucking ride bikes. I think that's what it was. Either that or 2 friends went on a biking trip and they just happened to enjoy it. They did it every year. They invited more of their friends. And then they just say, like, I can do it faster. No, I can do it faster. And they just fucking went from there. That's how I think it went. Then again, I'm stupid, so my opinion doesn't really matter.
I'm trying to think of like, because that kind of sounds like it makes sense, but I want the fun version of how it started.
The fun version? All right, come up with your own fun version. What's the fun version of the Tour de France?
I think it had to do with. God damn, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
The mysterious origin of the Tour de France.
No, here's what it is.
All right. All ears.
The origin of the Tour de France was two guys learning how to ride a bike, and once they started, they were too afraid to stop. Because that would be me.
They were afraid to fall off. So
Yeah,
they
they were like, dude.
We ended up fucking 21 miles away.
Like, we got a bike back.
Oh, fuck. I'm 21 miles from home. It's pretty fucking good. They just got on a bike. Were too scared they were going to fall over and just kept fucking going.
Same thing with swimming the English Channel.
Yeah, like, oh fuck, I don't know which way I'm swimming anymore. Am I swimming towards
I hope
England?
this way's home.
Exactly. I'm like, oh fuck, I ended up in Ireland.
Whoops.
Whoops. Dude, I'm pretty sure we just solved the origin of every sport ever.
I'm pretty sure that's how boxing started. Two guys just started going at it, and they didn't know when to stop.
Yeah, they didn't know when to stop. They're like, oh fuck. Yeah,
I don't want to lose.
Exactly, I don't want to lose. And he was like, the other guy was like, I don't want to lose either. They were like, do you want to take a break for a little bit? And they're like, and then get back to kicking each other's asses? Yeah, dude. Yeah, we just solved combat sports right there. Holy shit.
What's the next one? It still doesn't explain basketball or baseball.
Basketball's cool. I feel like
okay, I guess we have the origin stories for baseball, military, or whatever.
Fuck baseball.
But
Baseball's
like,
boring.
yeah.
If you play baseball, kill yourself.
Yeah, it's boring. I'm going to leave it at that. But how do you think shit like basketball started?
I want to say a bunch of giants were in a room just kind of throwing a ball together, and they're like, huh.
Oh, no, it's advanced monkey in the middle.
Just trying to keep it away from each other.
It's a bunch of tall dudes. It was a bunch of tall dudes against a bunch of short dudes. And they were like, you know what would be freaking hilarious right now?
If we added points to this. If we added baskets to this.
Yeah, that's totally how... I'm refusing to entertain any other thought.
Absolutely.
No, that is how it started.
Yeah.
Because that's totally like tall people.
Yeah, yeah. Just like, hey, let's fuck with short people for no reason. Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. It's like, hey, did you know you're short? Yeah, I knew I was short. Don't have to fucking repeat it. Or what about soccer? They're just like kicking.
That's a good one.
They're just kicking shit around one day, and they were like, I can kick it better than you.
No, I think that one is a little more complicated.
It's a little more complex.
Yeah, I think that one has a really unique origin.
Yeah,
because that's kicking shit, not using your hands. So I don't think it started out with a ball. Maybe that's why they didn't use their hands.
What do you think they started?
Maybe they were kicking around something that
a skull.
Dude, maybe
probably,
or some shit that was like gonna hurt them, like, and they had some like shoe, huh? Or maybe it did. Maybe it started, yeah,
barefoot.
Like, or maybe they did have protective covering on their feet, and they were kicking around something that was making them flare up or something.
Like, you ever kick rocks as a kid?
You think no, I've had people tell me to kick rocks.
But I mean, like, have you ever just you've never been walking down the street, you see a rock, and you just kind of kick it for a couple meters or whatever?
You mean, yeah, I've been 5.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe somebody was just like doing that and just got so into it that they were like,
I doubt it, dude. A ball is way different than like a bunch of rocks or gravel.
But it's the same thought process. You're like,
because how do you? Because when you kick dirt, you can't kick
I'm not
that
talking
all
about
the way
dirt.
into
I'm talking
a goal.
about rocks.
Or rocks. If it's a bunch of pebbles or some shit, you can't kick that all the way into a goal.
You can't. You're not coordinated enough. If you can't, you don't know where your feet are, George. But
You're talking about like a bunch of pebbles, like
no,
this
I'm
size.
talking about like a good little rock, just maybe about that big.
That's still way different than a soccer ball.
Well, yeah, no shit. But I'm just saying, like, maybe they were like, "Oh, this is kind of cool," and they introduced their friends to it, and they were like, moved on to bigger stuff, like, I don't know, coconut
Okay, I kind
Or
of agree with the
skull.
coconut one.
or skull. I feel like people back then were morbid for some fucking reason.
They were just celebrating.
yeah, they were
Soccer was a celebration
just,
game.
yeah. And it was a victory. You get a you get
Dude,
your
that's
first
what
kill.
it is. That's what it
Probably.
is.
Knowing humans, if I have zero faith in humans, so like knowing them, everything that we participate in right now always has a morbid ass origin. So
Like monkey in the middle.
the Monkey Moon, yeah, they were just like trying to starve the other person just by like knowing humans. We're terrible. We're a terrible species.
Yeah, no, humans are pretty terrible.
Yeah.
We go to great lengths to just
Just
not
to piss
care
each other
about
off.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to piss each other off.
You ever done that shit where you see someone walking towards you and you rush to like find your earbuds or something?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like I don't want to talk to this person. That happens to me on campus.
You ever done that in front of someone? Have you ever like
Been talking to someone and just like casually put in my earphones.
yeah.
No, I'm not that rude. I'll at least see the conversation through. I'll be like, all right, I don't want to be rude. I just don't like being rude.
Right, right. That puts you ahead of other people.
Oh, absolutely. Some people will just straight up walk away.
Right.
So, but I mean,
Could you imagine the kind of diss it is to like be talking to someone and they just put in their
what
earphones?
does that do to you? I want to know what
Start
that
scrolling through their phone, dude.
Oh my
You'd
god.
be destroyed.
I know. I would immediately just stop talking and just walk away at that point. But yeah, us as humans are just like that. You know, we just like not listening. I guess.
It's crazy how like we use the fucking technology to not talk to people.
I know. Like imagine.
To
Remember
not talk to
back
people.
then. Back then. Remember when what do you do whenever you get a phone call? I ignore it the first time. If it's important enough, they'll call again, and then I'll
Yeah.
answer the second time.
Or a
But-
voicemail.
or
If they're
voicemail.
normal,
If they're
they'll
normal.
leave a voicemail.
Exactly. But if it's an actual emergency, they'll call again. That's when I'm like, all right, maybe they need some help.
Right.
But I will ignore that first call. And it's so funny to me to think that we're taking that technology for granted because we have the power to talk to people hundreds of miles away and we choose to ignore them. Like, could you imagine the type of shit that people back then would be able to do with our technology now? It's like, hey, I can send my friend a message
Dude, imagine
with my
like
thumbs.
emperors and kings like talking shit to each other.
Like they're all in one big group chat.
yeah.
Like Alexander the Great, like talk.
No, here's what it would be like. It'd be all the emperors and kings in one big group chat, and then it'd be like this new king who has to like earn some clout before he gets in the group chat. That's what it would be. It'd be a fucking bullying ring. We still
Oh
have
my
empires
God.
today
Oh,
if they had the
absolutely.
technology.
Oh, absolutely.
They could not help but talk to people all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Just shit talk each other the
Yeah.
entire time.
You ever played?
Just like Hitler's like, it's like, dude, democracy's gay too, and he sends it to like FDR, and FDR sends like a fucking shitty meme back. Dude, what a terrible world we would live in if that was the case.
Maybe they sent telegrams like that though.
Do you think? Do you think they used emojis back then?
No, I don't think they
No.
used emojis back then.
Well,
However,
the form of them?
however, they probably did something worse.
What?
Instead of sending a smiley face, they probably said, "It puts a smile on my face."
Puts a smile on my face. Oh God.
you know, or it brings tears to my eyes.
Right. It's like, oh, that tickled me pink. That reminds me, I was going to ask you, do you think the emoji is going to be the new hieroglyphic? Like, do you think in 1,000 years we're not going to remember what emojis are as a species, and we're just going to
No, I
we're
don't
just going to
think.
we're just going to see a string of emojis together, and we're going to be like, this is what our ancestors thought.
No, because emojis, I've never seen them like replace words.
Right.
Is why
I have.
I've only seen them be like emotions. So I've
Right.
only seen the
Instant
laughing
emoji.
ones or whatever.
Right.
But most of the time, I also see them used ironically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to be fair, I don't really see people use emojis seriously, much less in place of actual words.
Oh yeah, well, absolutely. But I mean, I've been on Twitter long enough, and people are stupid on Twitter. I'll say that. and they'll put a string of emojis, but I'll know what those emojis mean. You know,
Dude, sometimes that's harder to read than like a 50-page book.
oh,
You just have like 10 emojis, 10 random emojis together, trying to say something. I'm
it's
like,
always the same shit.
I would rather not try to decode this.
Exactly.
Dude, I feel like I have to have an anthropology degree.
Right. It's always gonna be the fucking eggplant, the fist, the
Yeah, those are the only ones you can recognize without any sort of background.
with any sort of context. Yeah.
But anything like, dude, if you're using any of like the house ones or the car ones, like who are you?
Right.
Why do they keep adding those?
I know.
Who is using an SUV or versus a hatchback? Because they have that now.
Yeah, or the fucking just even the house. Like, what's the
Why
point
do
of
you
the
need
house?
50 versions of where you live?
Exactly. Or
Why?
the tiger. Why don't you just say tiger instead of putting the fucking tiger? You know.
I mean, I kind of get the animal emojis. I don't get the ones where it's like, why do you need 20 emojis for planes?
Right.
Seriously. You're making a difference between a Boeing and like a
And like
a private jet?
exactly.
It's ridiculous.
It really is. I
ridiculous.
fucking agree. Yeah, we should just ban emojis.
That's another useless job, dude. Designing emojis.
Designing emojis. I feel like I don't want to say that's an easy job, but I feel like you can just come up with any fucking emotion or
You just
anything.
have to come up with a different perspective of a house,
right?
Right?
Like
Get a house from the
view.
side, exactly.
Or do a pool one. Is there a pool one? I don't even know how many fucking emojis there are.
Someone in a pool.
Probably.
There's a swimmer emoji.
Yeah, there's a swimmer. I remember that one. God damn it, dude. Design fucking useless. God damn it, useless. Fuck.
And then you're out there like, oh man, I wish there was an emoji for this.
No, fuck. I've never.
Who's putting in requests
never,
for emojis?
exactly,
How do they know
I've
which ones to
never heard
make?
that. Right. Do they just come up with them randomly, or do they think, or do they like? Is there like a message or Reddit board somewhere that I can log on? Because I have a few suggestions.
I think a lot of it is they just come up with stuff and then hope that it sticks.
Right.
I wonder if there's if they can keep track of any emojis that just aren't used at all. I would love to see which ones it is. It's probably all the plane and train ones.
I want to see the
and the
draft.
flags.
Yeah.
Oh no, probably not the flags.
The flags are
probably they're
Flags are
used,
useful. Yeah, they're used quite a bit.
but not the United Nations one.
Exactly. What the fuck is using the United Nations one? But I definitely want to see their drafts. You know, I want to see what kind of bullshit they have backed up.
Exactly. Like how many did they not use?
Exactly.
Those are the emojis I want. Those are probably the useful
Those
ones.
are probably the funny ones too.
Yeah, the ones that actually have words.
Right?
Dude, imagine if they tried to make an emoji for the word the.
Oh my.
I'm dying.
What would that be?
I'm dying to see.
You know what it would be? Have
What?
you ever seen that episode of SpongeBob whenever it's the fancy ass the?
Yes.
That's probably gonna be it.
That's not. It doesn't really qualify as an emoji though because it still has your letters. I mean like an actual symbol.
Oh, like a symbol for
to
the.
mean the. You know, have you
Fuck.
taken like math courses where they use the 3 dots for
Yeah,
like,
for therefore, yeah.
stuff like that? That's
Yeah.
what I want.
Oh my god. Dude, let's come up with one. Let's do that.
Maybe we should just. My first thought is to write the letters just directly over each other, like T, H, and then E,
That's too easy.
and just see what that happens.
That's too easy. That'd be too easy.
Yeah, it probably would be,
Exactly.
but it
'cause how
wouldn't
do you-
look like a letter, so it's fine.
That's true.
It's your own hieroglyph.
Dude, I had to
It'll
take
just
a
be a
class.
scribble.
I had
Could
to
you
take a-
imagine a hieroglyph for like the word establishment?
Establishment? Dude, what the fuck would that even look like?
It'd just be a big black dot.
I mean, by establishment, do you mean the government, or do you mean just like
Oh,
Because, I mean, they have
you
the
have
government one.
nuances too. Then
exactly?
you have to come up with 2 different words for that.
Fuck English, dude. That's why I like Spanish more.
It was easier with the pictures. You knew exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly, manzana, shit like that. But yeah, I had to take a course on that.
On language?
Not on language, but like the course was archaeology.
Okay.
And I don't know why I had to take it because I'm a fucking bio pre-med major, but nonetheless I took it, and we had to part of the course was that we got to analyze some hieroglyphs. It was cool. Not get me wrong, but it was cool. But it was just one of those classes that I was like, why am I here? You know, It's like I'm in the class with a bunch of other different kinds of majors, and I don't know why I had to take
Right? Like no one's taking
archaeology.
this for actual archaeology.
Exactly. Well, I mean, probably a few people are, but I mean, those are probably really few and far between in that class because it was an intro class. But still, I was like, why the fuck am I here? It's like, when am I ever gonna have to know about how the pyramids were built? Everybody knows aliens did them. Fucking dumbasses. But no, it was just that class. But I shouldn't talk shit on that class because I actually did enjoy that class. But the other class I didn't enjoy that I had to take was a dance class.
That sounds awful. I mean, wait, was it a like dance class? Like you got to dance, or was
Yeah,
it
it was just a 2 hour Zumba class.
history of dance?
It was just a 2 hour Zumba class.
Was it?
No, I'm just fucking with you. It was
That's awesome. I was gonna
it
say
was
I
a
need
his-
to take that class.
Yeah, you learn how to throw ass like a maniac. But
that would be awesome.
Yeah,
Why,
dude.
how would they fail you for
it's
that?
a useful ass skill,
All
dude.
you got to do is just move.
Exactly.
Right? You just got to feel. You just got to move.
Maybe move with a certain grace level, but I mean, I think I'm graceful enough. to
Zumba
throw
does not
ass
look
like that.
graceful. I need to be honest.
Yeah,
Does
it's
anyone
kind of
still do Zumba anymore? That was much of a 2013 thing.
No, I feel like people still do that. But that fucking class, dude, it was a history of dance class.
That's gross.
First of all, the professor took her job way too fucking seriously. Like, she made us go to a mandatory of 2 shows, and we had to take a picture of the tickets, and we had to send it to her for a grade.
That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. She was lucky I enjoyed the dances because they were actually kind of cool. And
Dude, strip clubs don't count.
yeah, they do. But but the fact that we even had to do all that, it was mandatory 2 shows, and I got lucky. I really did, because the fact it was on a Saturday night, and I was never off on Saturday nights whenever I were at the place I was working at the time.
That's because you have to take off for that
Yeah,
shit.
I had to take off for that.
And then it's a huge gamble
It
because
really
it's
is.
like, obviously I'm getting a grade for this, but I'll be damned if I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. And the worst part was that she would go super fast on all her notes, and we weren't allowed to take pictures, or she wouldn't post. First of all, she wouldn't post the lectures on Canvas, and she just went way too fucking fast. We weren't allowed to take pictures. So we either had to write at lightning fast speed, or we would have to risk getting yelled at because we're taking pictures.
That's
So-
insane.
Yeah, she took her shit way too seriously. I fucking passed though, bitch.
The only way to learn is through dance.
Yeah, I wish the final was just to dance, because I mean, I would have aced that. I got a rhythm. I got rhythm, I think.
Yeah, part of your grade should have been applied, like skills.
Exactly. I should have she should have given us the opportunity to fucking dance at least, you know? I feel like I would have surprised her.
Right.
Just
Get to have this presentation
Yeah.
called History of Dance, and you get to like
fucking dance.
yeah, get to do like 20 different dances.
Right. I would have just been like, all right, here's the nene. Here's the Dougie. I would have Dougied. I would have Dougied on that
It
bitch.
was a Dougie for a solid 20
Yeah.
seconds.
You remember how to jerk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That reminds me. That reminds me of New Boys. They just taught everybody how to jerk and then just dipped.
That I mean, but do they have to do anything else? I mean, they serve their purpose.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Fetty Wap. He gave us that banger back in 2015 and he just dipped.
I couldn't even tell you what it's called.
Fuck, I can't remember. I just remember 1738. That's all I
Oh,
and
that was
and
him?
the yeah, and the fact
Never
that he never
understood
had
that
an eye.
reference
Yeah.
in school or anything else. I was so lost. And I was too afraid to ask.
You were
That's
just like,
that's
"Yeah,
the
guys."
hardest thing about like missing some of the pop culture is that you become too afraid to ask when everyone starts saying it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because then you're going to become a meme because you don't know it.
yeah.
It's my worst nightmare.
No, yeah, I remember someone that went to school with us. Like, I remember the whole "it's a knife."
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Remember
do
the whole,
remember
"It's a
that. I
knife."
remember exactly what moment you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that exact moment. It was like 3 years
Killed the entire meme.
Exactly. Right then and there. I can pinpoint that I did an autopsy on the meme. That's when it killed it. Right then and there. Just like, "It's a knife." I'm like, shut the fuck up.
You
Well,
ever
we-
heard of the letter S?
Exactly. It's a knife. That's how it's supposed to say.
Right?
It's a knife.
Anyone can say that. Or at least I thought they did.
it's a knife. I was so close to.
Because that's exactly how she said it. Like we're not exaggerating.
No, yeah. You think we're playing around? No, that's exactly how she said.
That's how she said every sentence, for that matter. She talked like a freaking Cabbage Patch doll.
I was so close to slapping a cracker that day, dude. I was like, this honky doesn't deserve rights.
It's crazy how people you just don't like can ruin something for you, though.
Dude, they could say the funniest fucking joke ever, and I would not laugh. I would straight face it.
That's all
if
pride,
I don't like
too.
you enough.
Right?
Yeah,
it makes you a total bitch.
exactly.
For being honest.
No, yeah. I mean, I'll laugh in private, but the fact I don't want to give them the credit that they made me laugh. I'll laugh about this in
ego
public.
right there. Come on, just
It's
laugh at the joke.
It's
just
just
laugh
one of
at
my
the joke.
It's just one of the ways I'm petty, dude. One of the ways I'm petty, and I guess you could say pompous. I guess that makes me pompous.
I guess it does. You know, you're acting like you're better than humor,
Yeah.
which you're not. No one is.
No one is. I mean,
Dude, I've seen the most serious people laugh at some wisecracks.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you're willing to hold your pride that high and not laugh at a funny joke?
Absolutely.
No way, dude.
absolutely. I mean,
No
I've seen
way.
you do
if
that.
if I hear a good joke, I will for sure give it credit. There's never been a time I didn't give a good joke its credit.
I guess you're right. But I mean, all right. In that case, what's a weird way you're pompous? I guess.
I don't
'Cause
think
I
I'm
know-
qualified to
God.
answer that question.
All right,
But-
all right, then let me answer it for you, bitch. Here's how I'll say it: the fucking diction you tend to use. You say shit like
hate that.
you say shit like excellent. I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
like,
you're
hey, George.
right.
Like, for example, I'll bring you a nectar, the nectar that I introduced you to, and you'll say shit like, "Oh, excellent, Mauro. Thank you for bringing me this delicious nectar." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking
Only
to?"
half of that's true. The only words I'd probably say are excellent and delicious.
Delicious. Fuck.
I'd be like, excellent. It's so delicious.
Just say this shit good.
Yeah. No, I wish I could.
I wish I could.
I think a lot of it is that I have this vocabulary so that way I can talk to people who are in charge,
Right.
right? Because you're not going to get anything done if
So
you
you have
say
to
that
kiss
shit
us.
good.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you kiss- okay. No,
Don't you? I
respect
mean,
that.
everyone has to know when to play nice.
I
You, I
guess
mean,
so.
you have to know when to.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to game the system, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
You know how
If
to
you want to
play
get your way.
Yeah, you know how to play the game, man. That's the whole reason why I guess I was so good at school. I just knew how to play the game.
You know what else makes people pompous?
What?
Is people they say that they like wine the first time they drink it.
Oh, dude, those people are fucking liars. I don't trust those people.
Right? Because there's a reason. It's an acquired taste, which
Exactly.
I don't buy into, by the way. Because if you have to acquire it, then it's not that great.
It's like pussy.
because like if you eat something good, then you're going to like it. You know, everyone can adapt. If wine's the only thing you're drinking, of course you're gonna fucking like it.
Yeah, I feel like the only reason that the tradition of wine drinking ever carried on was because back then there was nothing else to drink.
Right? That was the only way they
It was
could
either
make it.
water or fucking wine. Yeah.
And so people just wanted to keep the tradition alive. And so they said wine's the way to go.
Exactly.
But
They failed to realize
there's
it's
better
disgusting.
shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
right? Because they make moonshine. I mean, that gets the job done.
Yeah, but I feel like it's more of like what's enjoyable to drink because I feel moonshine you might as well be drinking gasoline, you know.
True,
So, but,
true. But I mean, like what? One swig and you're done.
Yeah, yeah. If you say you drink it because you want to get drunk, there are better things out there. If you say you drink it because you like the taste of it, once again, there are better things out there.
Right.
Wine is the fucking C student of alcohol. There's better shit out there.
Wine just sounds disgusting too.
Wine.
Like
It sounds-
letting fruit rot in a barrel or container or something.
The name itself, wine, it sounds fucking like you're complaining.
Right, right. Like homonyms? No, you can't trust them.
Exactly. You can't fuck with me on that level.
I know words.
I know
I know
words.
words. You can't
Fuck
trick me
you.
anymore. I got a thesaurus.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this, but it kind of goes back to the whole LaCroix versus seltzer, hard seltzer. Nobody drinks LaCroix because it's disgusting. At
No,
least I
lots of
don't.
people drink LaCroix.
They're
They don't
fucking
have taste
stupid.
buds.
Yeah, they're fucking. They probably.
No, you got to have a tongue of steel for that. I mean, I
really do.
can't
It's not good.
because it's just way too fizzy. I feel like my tongue is being attacked every time I take a sip. Like every now and then I'll drink some soda water. It's literally only to remind me how much I hate it.
Yeah.
Because I really want to give myself a chance every time. I'm like, okay, I'm going to drink it this time. It's just like Pepsi, but without the sweetness.
Anything good in it.
Dude, I hate it every single time. I don't know why I keep doing it.
Same with wine. I'm the same with wine. I know I hate it. I know I hate it, but whenever somebody offers me a glass, I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I probably like it this time.
How many times until it's an acquired taste? That's what I want to know. Are we looking at 10, 15, or 20?
Probably
or
20,
more.
20 glasses, and then maybe
20 glasses?
Once you stop feeling feelings, and then you're
Here's
like,
what makes it an acquired taste. You have 2 glasses and you're already drunk, and then you don't care. That's what makes it an acquired taste.
That's what makes it good. Like
that's what's any alcohol.
Exactly.
Right? But no one likes drinking alcohol. You take a shot, and apparently people start to choke.
Yeah, they're doing like, face.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that makes it no different than other alcohol.
Right.
In that people just drink it to get drunk.
Yeah.
So, no shame there.
No, yeah, absolutely. If you're gonna get drunk with a purpose, though.
But don't pretend.
Don't pretend you like wine. Don't pretend you like wine or you like tequila or you like vodka, because nobody does.
Hardly anything is easy to pass, especially if you're reaching, 50% alcohol by volume.
You know what? I'll say it. The only drinks anybody likes to drink is the fruity drinks, the ones that have like a bunch of sugar.
One where you can't taste the alcohol. One where you can't taste the
alcohol, and there's a reason why those are a thing.
Give me that simple syrup.
Give me that simp syrup.
Where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mauro Romero 02.
You guys can find me at _George Richard, and be sure to follow the show at Tame Mayhem.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you guys for listening.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you.